This is cool. You can actually like switch. That one's cute. We'll do this. Okay. Good morning, everyone. I could not sleep, so I figured I would just do a live for you guys. My guides were like, do an energy update. So today's video is going to be basically an energetic update on how the person that you're thinking about feels about you. I have a whole bunch of oracle decks over here on the side that you can't see, but those are going to be like obviously clarifiers, but there are 3 separate piles here to choose from. I'm just going to wait a minute to see if anybody wants to participate in this live. Otherwise, I'll just get started. But this is group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3. I'm going to be shuffling these live this morning or this afternoon, whatever time you guys are seeing this video. These readings are always timeless, so you can refer back to them if you so choose to do so. But yeah, I'm just going to give it a few minutes just in case anybody wants to join in. And then obviously you've heard the spiel, like general readings can't always resonate with everyone. If you guys are interested in taking a more personal look into your situation, I do offer personal readings. All the information's in the description box down below. And yeah, okay, so we have a few more. Hello everyone, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is for you. I'm just gonna wait about 1 more minute before I get started. So if you just want to meditate on the piles and enjoy the music for a little, that would be great. And if you can just like, for the people who are live, like send me some vibes, you know, like let's get this party started. I just want you know, obviously like I appreciate everyone who actually comes to the live readings, so I do want them to resonate for you guys. So if you can just send me some love, hopefully we can get you guys the messages that you guys need. Have your guides, call my guides, you know. Okay, feeling like we should get started. So I'm going to start with pile number 1, which is, it's called the Law of Attraction deck, if any of you guys are interested, because I never list any of my decks because I use so many of them. And then we'll move on to the, I think it's a tattoo deck? No, that's not the right name of it. I'll figure it out, just so you guys know. But so yeah, if you chose this pile under the, I believe this is a rutilated quartz, I'm pretty sure. We're gonna take a look here. I'm gonna get started with these this oracle deck just to get like a general message from your person, hopefully get some intuitive insight. I hope you all are doing fantastic this morning. All right, for my pile number 1s, how is our person feeling about them? I'm feeling this one. Bountiful harvest. Well, that's a positive. That's nice. At the bottom of the deck, we have laughter. So this person definitely sees you as someone who has a childlike spirit, who brings out, you know, their inner child and helps them loosen up. I'm feeling potentially this person could be a little bit high-strung at times, but you like allow them to be themselves and have like a sense of freedom. And I'm getting like I'm hearing like you mean the world to me. Like she's literally like holding this, if you guys want to see this card, she's literally holding this earth, and it's like almost, I'm like hearing you make my world like Technicolor, which is beautiful. I feel like this person probably has experienced a lot of like darker times in their life, and you have given them the permission to be themselves and let their wings like spread and allow them to fly and transform. I think that you give this person the space that they need, and I don't think that they've really experienced that before. So yeah, let's see. Let's dig in. Pile number ones. What is your person feeling about you? This person might be a little bit stubborn. All right. Oh my God. Is this the 10 of Pentacles? That's already looking good. And there's more reference to color here. And I was telling you before, like, they definitely like daydream about you because they have experienced like, because the house usually refers to like the 4th house in astrology. 4th house is related to your roots, your upbringing, your childhood, and you in a sense gave this person hope, and you allow them to be vulnerable, and you know, they just like literally spend so much time thinking about the positive times that they've shared with you, and this brings a lot of light into their life to outshine the darkness of their past. Sorry if you can hear my cats playing. They follow me everywhere, but I feel bad locking them away. Okay, can we get another card for group number 1? Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands and the 3 of Swords. So I am sensing that there might be distance between you and this person. This could be a situation, maybe like a no contact situation for some of you. I feel like this person could have actually burned you in the past, because we have like a lit cigarette here, and they're like, and I'm getting the sense that this person may have avoided some, like, taking ownership of some, like, past transgressions towards you. And because there is, like, a sense of pain now with looking at these, like, this bountiful harvest and the laughter, because I think that they are, like, reminiscing about the times potentially when things were happier and lighter and more like reflective of this rainbow energy, and then now they kind of feel like they've made their bed so that they have to lie in it now. Because I think this person may have like a tendency to like get stuck in the clouds, and maybe they just didn't make you a priority, and they're realizing this now. But they still look back on the memories of you very fondly. Like, this woman is I mean, she's smiling, you know? Let's see what this 3 of Swords is about. Because it definitely could be distance. But this card here is just really making me feel like there was fear involved in this connection that was a blockage. Messages for pile number 1. Woo. Oh, the Chariot. Yeah, so this definitely could be long distance. And I still think they battle with the idea of whether or not this was a good choice, because, I mean, the Chariot does have, like, an element of duality to it. I mean, it's even, like, I'm hearing, like, evenly yoked, so I think that they made the best decision that they could at the time based off of what they thought that they wanted or needed. And they felt a lot of pressure to make this decision. And so they like moved forward with whatever they thought was going to bring in like the most success. However, I think that may have caused distance, like could be physical distance or emotional distance. This person could also be a smoker. That's coming through. The 5 of Swords. So yeah, they definitely had an element of conflict going on in their head. They may work in like stocks, like brokerage, something having to do with finances. And then we have, what is this? The Six of, I think this is the Six of, this deck is strange. Like the imagery that they use, I usually just read this deck intuitively, but I feel like a lot of you guys want to know what the cards are. But this definitely has to do with like reaping what you sow, and they, I'm really not getting the impression that they are happy with the decision that they've made. In whatever, like potentially even career, like I feel like they're working really hard, because this is like a farmer who's like, you know, cutting hay to like make into bales, and it's like I feel like they would much rather be like A, closer to you, and B, you know, not as like tired. Like I just feel like this person, you know, they could be a workhorse, definitely could be an earth sign, or else we have like Cancer. There is a fair amount of air here. I do think that this person is intelligent. Maybe Libra, I'm sensing potentially. Okay. But they definitely still have so much love for you. Like Cupid is in this, like Cupid's bow, and it's like you, like if you aren't in contact with this person, you are someone that they really can't let go of. Like, and I think that it's like an addiction, you know, in a way, because you know we have cigarettes here, as we know, that's a very highly addictive substance, and they just like, they want their fix. Like that's what I just heard. They want their fix, but there is an element of distance here to where they can't have what they want. And it's kind of, I'm getting the feeling it's like of their own doing, you know? So let's see. So then we have the Hierophant, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, they're definitely stuck in their head. The King of Swords. Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Okay. They really want to come back and bring you a new beginning and do things correctly with the Hierophant. This Eight of Swords, you know, I feel like ever since you left, like you were really a light in their life, and things have really gone downhill. As you can see, there is like a literal like downward trend here. As I said, could work in something to do with finance or like brokerage, Wall Street. I'm hearing like something that has to do with finances and management, and could work for a really big corporation with the Hierophant here. They really feel like they're in a power struggle with their situation. Like they're kind of in a, like at odds with themselves, because as I said, I feel like they realize that they made their bed and now they have to lie in it. And they're kind of trying to figure out a way to approach the situation and bring in a new beginning, because they want, like there's a ladybug here, and every time I see ladybugs, you know, they like signify like luck and like positivity, and I feel like you're like their ladybug. That's really cute. But they obviously, I think that because if you look at this card from like just the sitting perspective, there's a lot of hills before you get to the sun, and so I think that they see that there's a lot of work that needs to be done to put into this connection in order for you to, like, I'm hearing, trust them, because like it's interesting, this Hierophant like is a judge in this deck, and it's like they did an injustice to you, and I think that they feel like burdened or like conflicted about how they can possibly work themselves out of the situation that they've created. This may have had to do with like an ex that they had. I'm not seeing anything like physical, but it like could have, I mean I guess the Ace of Wands is here, so it could have been, but maybe they just had like thoughts of you know, their ex, or going back to their ex situation, they may have vocalized this to you, because the Chariot has like a light and a dark element, and it's like, I think, I mean, they were just as upset to be stuck in this mental conflict as like you were upset to find out about this. Obviously that doesn't justify like them jumping into something when they aren't over another situation. Regardless, this is one of those situations where they realize now that whoever that past person was doesn't serve their highest good, that they really like made the wrong decision, I'm getting, and now they feel like that, I'm hearing like the time has run out to make the right decision, but they do want to do right by you. They want to make things right, and have something more orthodox, and like give you what you deserve, because you are such a light in their life. Like we have a lighthouse here, the sun, like there's references to the sun. There's so much passion that they still feel like burning inside of them, and I think that it really fuels them on like a daily basis to just like reminisce on this connection, because they really felt prosperous when you two were together, like with the bountiful harvest, and also like this card right here and the laughter. Like you guys probably have a really great sense of humor, like and spontaneity. Like there could be like Sagittarius strong in either one of your charts, but it's just like a reference to being like a trailblazer. Like you made them feel more confident. You guys had like just a very strong like soulmate in a sense, and like this is giving me like super Six of Cups vibes. Oh, and here we have hope and happiness like right after that. So they still like hold on hope for this connection to come back together. And there are like swans here and lilies. They're really trying to go with the flow. They're trying not to lose the faith. And I think like I'm getting the sense that they like dream about you. You might dream about them too. They could be an artist, I'm seeing as well. There is some like pretty much like all the signs are here. Like I'm feeling a lot like pretty much equal energy of everything. I mean, there's more like fire here, I feel like, than anything else, like fire and water. So that's like Leo, Scorpio, what? Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, and then Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. There's definitely, I mean, Cancer, and then also Taurus. So, I mean, it's a general reading, so there's honestly probably like every sign. I'm also picking up Aquarius, just how many stars are in these cards. But there is a reference again to horses, so like the Chariot. So this could heavily be Cancer. Okay, so I'm gonna pull some astrology cards just to get like an astrological insight. Ooh, Jupiter abundance. Yeah, and Jupiter has a lot to do with your spouse. Like this person definitely sees you as someone they can have like a marriage with. That's like another thing the Hierophant signifies. And they see you as someone who's like a firecracker. As I said, I was getting a lot of Sagittarius energy. I'm also getting the sense that they believe that you're like a really good listener. I'm seeing an ear. And yeah, like I'm just like, now I'm getting visions of a parrot. So like, I don't know if somebody has a parrot, or you really like parrots, or maybe like tag them in bird videos, or you have in the past. They like your voice. I mean, like birds sing songs, so you could literally be like, you could be the artist in the situation, or the creative, I guess. Oh my god, what did I say? I said I was feeling Aquarius, and Aquarius popped out. So like I know, and I have, and so with these cards together, so Jupiter rules the 9th house. 9th house has to do with like philosophy and higher learning. So as I'm putting these together, it's like I know I have a lot to learn. Like that's something that they would say to you. So I mean, this person could be literally younger than you. But I'm also seeing it's possible if they have strong Taurus placements that they just are very stubborn and they need to learn how to be more like flexible. It's kind of ironic because we do have 2 fixed signs here, and then you have Sagittarius, who's just like, woo, you know, like Sagittarius people are known for being a little bit wild in a good way, because they're risk takers, and they're like, they don't have like fear, they don't shy away from the spotlight, they go after what they want. All the fire signs are like that. And I'm like with Aquarius also, that has to do with like higher perspective and like sociology, and I feel like they're really seeing the situation from like a higher perspective than they were when you guys were potentially together, if you guys are separated at this time. But with the Hierophant also and the Taurus, I have like, and I have a lot to learn, they really want to expand more on their spirituality and like philosophy and like gather more information. So I feel like if you guys aren't in contact now, they definitely are going to be doing this like self-work to help them find a way out of separation with you. So let's get a few more. As I told you guys, I have a lot of oracle decks here. These readings are like, that's why I only did 3 piles. I'm trying to get as many messages from each pile. Okay, so for group number 1s, what are the messages for group number 1? Right. The Spiral Dancer. So this is circuitous route and perception. So yeah, this is giving me like reference back to the Taurus vibes, because it's also a 5 as well. I didn't even realize that until just now. They definitely like have a tendency to, you know, stay within their own circle, stay within their own loop. This can be like mental loops and like routines. Like they are very, I mean, positive word for that would be like grounded, but it can also get very redundant, and you know, as a fixed sign, depending on what the ideas that they've latched on to, this can manifest itself in a myriad of different ways. Like this could be toxic, this could be boring. I feel like Taurus usually gets a bad rap for being boring, but just kind of being like more narrow-minded, and I think that they're really trying to like expand their knowledge of, as I said, spirituality, because I think that they recognize that the way that they are now isn't that compatible with you, because they are more fixed and they are more stubborn. And although there are great qualities or great things that can come out of that quality, I think that especially if you have Sagittarius or heavy mutable energy, your guys' like perception on life can really, really differ. And they're trying to become more open and not as cyclical in the way that they think about things. Let's see what else. Yeah, I said that this person was like going with the flow. We have the River Queen, so flow, letting go, and natural movement. They're really trying to just let things be how they are right now, especially while they're trying to like go through this like fundamental change. I think that they recognize that to bring you into this situation, especially if there was like a lot of like power struggles when it came to like their ideas and things that they said, I don't know why I said it like that, things that they say, they're trying to just kind of like give you a break. That's what I just heard, because I think that they know that they have like a difficult personality, and it's not conducive for like, or not you know, as comfortable as it could be. And so they're trying to like give you a break and like while they figure out kind of how to like literally rework their brain. So good on you for literally fundamentally changing this person's perception on life, or making them realize that there is something to change. Like, as I said, you have been a light in this person's life, and they really recognize that. But in so many more ways than just making them laugh and making them like happy and making them feel like abundant. It's really like a spiritual abundance as well. Because I don't think, like, without you, like, especially since I'm getting the sense this person's childhood could have been pretty bleak, which honestly could be the reason why they have such like fixed ideas and perceptions on things. They, like, without you being in their life, they wouldn't have been able to see things from a higher perspective. I love this deck, and I totally forgot that I had it until today, so I'm so excited to use it. Let's see the message that it has for you from your person. How are they feeling? What are they going through? I usually don't take flippers, but this one is calling to me. Core. Yeah, they're healing core wounds. They're really addressing, like, I feel like you lit a fire in their heart center, like their heart chakra, that has literally forced them to, like, and like compelled them into this spiritual change. And like, even though you guys aren't there, like, or if you guys are in separation, you like opened up their heart as well as their like third eye chakra. Because you can see in this picture, like her, like where her third eye chakra is beaming. And it's kind of like it was the same vibe that I was getting earlier. It's like they feel like they missed their opportunity and they're like just seeing it now. Because like, in a way, this woman does look like she's in pain. And I mean, transformation is painful oftentimes, you know. It's not something that's just, we didn't come here to, you know, have everything be like sunshine and rainbows. We came here to be like humans living like, you know, a spiritual experience to ascend, and they're really like ascending at this point. I'm getting like they're really starting to see, like, her throat has an eye on it, so they're starting to see and like understand the things that you said to them, that they didn't understand before or were too stubborn to understand. Because I think that this person, they don't want like another person to tell them how to live their life. And so they kind of just put down a wall and get defensive when someone tries to, like, you know, challenge their ideas. And it's not even like challenge. You can be totally open and like free flowing, you know, like very mutable sign i.e. like me. I'm very like that. But this person could have a tendency to like shut down when their perceptions or values, which is Taurus values, are questioned. And so they may realize now that the things that you said to them really had a lot more merit and like worth than they gave you credit for. And I just feel like they feel so much pain over not taking you seriously when you were like right in front of them. And so now they have like this fire burning inside of them, and it's like just like causing, I'm just feeling so much like energy, like forward, like this is like the best way I can describe it. I'm having like so much empathy for this person right now. I feel like they definitely know that they like screwed up. But they are changing, like they're working on it, you know. Unity, that was on the bottom of the deck, and I was like, should I just read that? And then it just popped out. So yeah, you gave them a sense of kind of like that there's more to life than what they thought. As I said, like, I think that this has a lot to do with like their core wounds from their childhood, and you help them realize with also the fact that Aquarius is here, and that has to do with like the interconnectedness of the universe, and as I said, like sociology, humanitarianism. You made them realize that like they're not alone, like they're never alone, they never have been alone. You like just put so much insight into their life, and this could have been like honestly like a short period of time that you guys knew each other, but even in that period, it was so impactful on like their journey. Like you could have honestly been a catalyst for this person, and that's why like there's so much fire burning in their soul. Like they have no other option except for to ascend and like address this. And it's like I feel like you still even like have nurturing feelings towards this connection, because she's holding the earth, you know, and she's holding it very delicately. And it's like I'm sensing like a telepathic connection here where like I think you still send them insight even though you're not physically there, and it's like I think that they feel you also with like in their aura. As I said, like I think that obviously like they think about you and daydream about you, but this goes beyond just like them reminiscing. This is about like them feeling current energies from you, that, and this could be through dreams as well, like if they're like dreaming about you and you are like giving them insight through their dreams, which happens a lot more often than we realize, especially if you don't do like dream recall and stuff like that. You can be totally unaware that you are literally, if you're a teacher here, you're a teacher up there, I promise you. And I do see that they see you as a teacher. So we're gonna look at your unicorn cards. So what are the unicorn messages from this person to group number 1? Patience. So yeah, it says pause before you take action, trust that divine timing's at work, be patient and play while you wait. So they could be waiting for you to come back, or you can be waiting for them to come back, but they're going through a very like transformative, revolutionary change, and they're seeking direction from the universe. And so if you're like waiting for them to come back, the universe is really indicating that it's time to be patient. I'm sure that you've probably heard this message, especially if you watch a lot of pick a card readings. Believe me, I've been where you are. It's the most frustrating thing in the world. But we can't, you know, speed up other people's spiritual journeys, because everybody comes to, you know, accept and recognize these things on their own time and terms based off of their own like kind of like karma. And you know, it's like a predestined thing for a lot of people. That's why we have like catalyst relationships. And then at the bottom of the deck we have beloved. Prepare for your life partner. Romance is returning to your relationship. Believe you're lovable. So this, for a lot of you guys, this very well could be like a twin flame situation, or like a divine partnership. I don't really know like that I support the term twin flame, even though I believe like I've met mine, but I call him like my divine partner. And these relationships are you know, they're difficult, and they do require a lot of patience, and a lot of the time we don't enter these relationships with that patience, in order to like, you know, we have to grow into this loving vibration. And I was like just listening to a binaural this morning, and like one of the affirmations was like our love, or my love, is built on the foundation of love and forgiveness. And that's also a huge message that comes through, especially when you have like power struggles, because for a lot of like divine partnerships and like twin flames, I feel like, you know, we're energetic matches, right, to this person. So there is a lot of strife and struggle, and like literally like can feel like you're playing tug of war. But eventually, like, the whole point of the connection is to like transcend the ego and move beyond like the physical, and like move into a more like unconditionally loving and like patient vibration, and just understanding that everybody's on their own path, but how beautiful it is to be on your own path and be your own person, but choose every day to love someone and work with them. I'm gonna see if there's any more messages before I pull your healing card. Oh, hey, trust. Yeah. And as I said, like polarity. So it's like integrate your shadow side. There can be no light without dark. Understand the law of polarity. So this person's definitely doing shadow work. As I said, you know, the spiritual journey is really rough, and I think that they just want to kind of like leave you out of it, because I think that they realize it might do more harm than good to have them be in such like a vulnerable and like confusing place with you around, because they could like drain your energy. You know, there's just so much that can happen. But then we have trust here, and this card is so beautiful. Like smoky quartz, I'm getting could be really helpful for you guys. If you don't have any, you can pick it up. It's really like, I don't know, they're super cheap, but really effective in like removing toxicity and negativity from relationships specifically. So if you just carry that on you, or, you know, meditate with it, the energy of smoky quartz can really help you a lot. But we have trust, which is leap into the unknown, have faith and move forward, believe you will fly. So this person is really kind of working up the courage to trust themselves as well as the situation. I always see like the Hierophant as also being like a trust card, because they do want this new beginning. They do want to look forward into the future, into this lightness, and leave all the darkness behind. And so they're asking you to be patient with them as they work their way out of you know, their shadow work that has a lot to do with their upbringing and how they feel because of how they were treated as a kid. Because as we know, like the way that we were raised, you know, nature versus nurture and stuff like that, it has a lot to do with how you know, our attachment style to our parents creates our attachment styles in relationships. And so they could have been, you know, having to be really defensive their whole life. And so when they met you and you started like revolutionizing their world and just being your beautiful, like spiritual and like evolved self, they like, it's not even that they weren't interested in those things. It's just they naturally have like a defense mechanism to shut down when like their values are questioned, because it can also be like a self-worth thing, because that can make them feel like dumb sometimes. And I obviously don't think that you try to make them feel dumb, but I think that they realize kind of like their inadequacy in the spiritual like realm and how much they still have to learn. And so they can feel a little bit intimidated by like your progress. But they do want to fly with you. You know, they want to have faith in the situation and press forward and make things right with you. And yeah, so let's look at your healing message. Yeah, so for a lot of you guys are like, this is a divine partnership energy checkup. Okay, so what are the healing messages for my group number ones? That's kind of a lot, but yeah, we have rise above problems, miracle healing, be honest with yourself, and follow your dreams. So I feel like half of this is a message to you and half of this is a message from them. So as I said, they're trying to rise above the problems of the connection in the past, because they felt really wrapped up both mentally and physically, kind of like the energy was suffocated. So that's why now they're going through this healing that really kind of feels like a miracle, because I honestly don't think that they honestly thought that they could change in this way. But you're kind of acting as this like bubble of like, I feel like the bubble is full of like the Ace of Cups, and they're like chasing after the Ace of Cups, and they're trying to put death to a lot of their old ideals and maybe even like traditions. Like maybe this has a lot to do with like if they were raised really religious and now they like are trying to like transform their ideas, and that can be another reason why people become really defensive, is if they were raised to be very orthodox and then they have to, you know, accept a whole lot of new age ideas rather. We have be honest with yourself and follow your dreams. So definitely like it's always good to, you know, or it's okay to check in from time to time on your divine partner. But also just like be honest with yourself, is like be careful not to manifest them when they're not ready, or keep trying, because you do have other things in your life that the universe wants you to like focus on with the follow your dreams, and these angels are really like guiding you at this time, especially like the moments right before you fall asleep is when we channel the most. So you know, try to be more cognizant of those moments where you can get like divine insight. But there is also like a stork here, so there is still like, there's like a new birth on the horizon, because as we know, storks bring in children, right? So yeah, that's beautiful. It's definitely like very twin flamey, but hey, I mean, the messages come through as they want to, you know? It's like they're like, your angels are like giggling. It's like they know like you, like so much goodness is coming in the future, and it's just like rough right now, because you can kind of feel like you're in the weeds, or like, I mean, this person definitely feels like they're in the weeds, and they're by default as like a twin, you know, or like a divine partnership. You feel they're changing and shifting and movement into this new vibration, but there is such positivity coming. Like, just look at that little cherub. He's like snickering. I'm like kind of offended. He's like, shh, don't tell her, things are gonna get better, or shh, don't tell him, you know? So anyway, that's all I have for you, group number 1. I'm gonna go ahead and pick these up and then move on to group number 2. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you liked this reading, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you guys need personal readings, all the information is down in the description box down below. Yeah, and I do, obviously, readings not just related to love. I know like a lot of people are curious about that department, but I do other things. Like, I just did a career reading yesterday. I love career readings because it's like a lot more cut and dry than someone else's feelings, you know? People are complicated. Okay, so that is all for you, pile number 1. Thanks again. I'll see you guys soon. Moving on to pile number 2, which I love this tarot deck and I'm super excited to get started. If you chose the deck with the Angel Aura Quartz on it, then this is going to be your reading. Okay, so I'm actually going to start with one of these cards like how I did with group number 1. I'm going to move these over here. I'm not sure why. I just got a lot of energy from one of you. My head feels like, woo! So thank you. I'm just going to clear this deck really quick with some sage spray. Okay, I'm going to sage these decks over here too. Okay, just to make sure that these energies don't overlap. Okay, so group number 2, how is your person feeling about you? What do they want to tell you? What are they going through? Okay, so for my pile number 2s, what do they want you? That card wants to come out. Shift your energy. Okay, let's get clarification on this. This could either be literally a message to you, or this is what they're trying to do. Keep your dreams alive and expansion. Okay, I'm getting a huge message of movement, but literally like distance, or trying to expand. This could be in regards to, this could also be in regards to having a family. I'm picking that up pretty strongly, actually. So if you have been trying to conceive a child, this could definitely be your reading. There is a lot of expansion, both mentally as well as physically, that is trying to happen right now, or you guys are trying to manifest, or they could be trying to manifest, and they're just like in hyper manifestation mode. So let's see, there's like so much travel involved here, like, and experiences and different, like the cosmos are here, like literally all the imagery that is like in this deck is here, which didn't pop out in like the last one. So also looking at numerology, we have a 10, a 3, and a 7. So yeah, definitely creative, spiritual endeavors. But this energy could also be coming to a close with that 10, or they're trying to close out a chapter of expansion. But obviously we will get more information from tarot. So I'm just gonna like, there we go. Oh, okay. The 3 of Swords. Wow. Already. They could be trying to shift out of their energy of pain and heartache. Let's see if this is related to past or present. King of Pentacles. So you could be dealing with the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person could really like wine. The 5 of Swords. Yeah, God, this person is like tripping. Okay, Justice. They feel blind right now. I think that they need to shift their energy and they don't know how. Six of Pentacles. Definitely there was an imbalance of give and take in this relationship. This could have been literally financially, especially with the King of Pentacles there, but could also be energetically, but I'm seeing it's more Pentacles. I'm getting the sense that somebody in this connection was definitely putting in more effort to like build a family, especially as I was getting this like child card here. Like somebody was definitely more committed than the other person, and this caused a huge imbalance in this connection, and kind of just created like so many like traps. And I mean, since this is coming up here, like, I mean, they must be realizing it, but for a long time they were blind to the effect that they had. Regardless, there is loyalty here. They're still very strongly connected to your energy. And Two of Wands, yeah, they're trying to figure out ways to expand. So this shifting their energy has a lot to do with, they are trying to shift out of the heartache that you two and the imbalance, because this imbalance could have definitely caused this heartache and pain. Also, this could have to do with like their own ability to provide. I'm getting that as possible. Like they could have been just manifesting a lot of lack into their life because they've maybe always been concerned about money matters. I mean, hello, like earth signs. But they're really trying to like take a break now because they realize that what they were manifesting before wasn't like healthy for this relationship, and that's why they're trying to shift their energy. Because this person maybe, I mean, if they're a creative or someone who like I'm just getting the sense like maybe they really wanted a raise, or they wanted to expand in their job, or like maybe they had a job opportunity like far away and they didn't get it. Like there's some sort of like this heartache is definitely related to like pentacle energy, so like financial, physical energy. I'm hearing like Ariana Grande, like no tears left to cry. Like they're done being like having a pity party for themselves, and they're ready to like balance out the scales between you. I think that whatever this external thinks, I don't really feel like this heartache had to do with you necessarily. I feel like it had a lot more to do with like their own finances and career, and also having to do with like the perception of like how other people see them. Because like the 10 of Pentacles to me is like kind of making me think of like the 10th house, which has to do with like your reputation. So their reputation may have been tainted in a way, especially with the 5 of Swords. Like this can also be like being caught in gossip or petty arguments with people, petty arguments about money. Literally could be like petty theft. but they're trying to take a period of time to just like, because we have the Four of Swords and the Two of Wands, to like reevaluate the situation and figure out a new way forward. And they're kind of like excited about being able to form this new idea. They're looking at it as an opportunity instead of like a punishment, and that's really good. Okay. The Moon. So this person could just be kind of secretive at this time, as they're trying to like figure out what they're gonna do, especially with the Four of Swords. I always kind of see that as like a silence card anyway. And it's not like they're trying to like necessarily hide this stuff from you. I think that they just are literally like being a mental machine and just trying to like figure out how to shift their energy, because it's not something that you can necessarily help them with. Like they have to do it on their own, and they realize this, and they are trying to see through like the illusions and like the smoke and mirrors and just figure out how to like trust their own intuition. Also, I think that this person, I'm getting the sense like they have a lot of people who have like influenced their life. With the Libra card here, I mean, Libras have a tendency to be like very social. And I mean, this could be related to family. There aren't, I mean, Ten of Pentacles is here, so this could be literally like their family members, and they're trying to like keep their own counsel right now, instead of relying on other people's opinions to help them make this decision to like move forward. Because I think that they realize that kind of everybody has, like the people who are trying to influence them have their own agendas, and so they're finally like learning to like let go of other people's opinions. And like this could even be their father, with the King of Pentacles here. I just feel like they feel like every time they take this person's advice, they end up getting burned or like cut, and they end up having a Three of Swords moment. And I think that you would know this. Like if this is hitting for you, you definitely would recognize that there's like an unhealthy imbalance in like their family dynamic that has clouded this person's judgment for a long time. And it could also be a friend, but they could actually have like cut off that person or know that they have to cut off that person, and that could be what's causing the Three of Swords. Four of Pentacles, yeah, so they definitely are holding on to their energy. So like with the Moon, the Four, like these two fours, they just are like trying to like keep to themselves right now. And it's like totally not related to you. It has like so much more to do with like their external environment and how they realize that the energy and literally could be their environment. Like they may need to move out of wherever they're living now, could even be out of the state or whatever, like to get away from these like outside influences in order to like be in a better headspace and like emotional space and probably financial space, because I think that someone is probably draining them in some way, or else they have become too reliant on someone else and they need to detach from that energy in order to like manifest a better like beginning. Because also when we put drains on other people, like it definitely affects like our self-worth and our perception of ourselves, because as humans, like a lot of us like want to take control of our own situations, and it can make you feel like indebted to someone, or like there's like strings attached. So yeah, this person is definitely like just trying to understand what their options are, because they need to get out of this energy. It's like something that they can't ignore anymore, because it's become so draining. And so like the devil, the only thing that's not here is like the devil, but it's still like a toxic energy because it's a drain on this person. They could have also found out like a secret having to do with money. Like there could be hidden money. Like, I don't know. The Justice card also has to do with divorce, so and marriage. So there's some very strong financial aspect to this, and trying to see a way out of this financial like burden. but like also being able to maintain as much as they have. Yeah. Like this person could have gotten like bled dry or like sucked dry by someone. Especially if like they went through a divorce and now they, like if you're like with someone who, you know, went through a messy divorce and they lost a lot, they lost a lot like emotionally and fiscally, and they could be hiding like how much this really affected them, because in a way it's kind of like, I feel like they feel somewhat embarrassed that they still even like feel hurt, which is wrong, but because like everyone's feelings are valid, you know. But let's pull one more and then we'll get into the astrology cards. The Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so they definitely see you as someone who has like a very strong like nurturing quality. We have the King of Cups here at the bottom, so they probably aren't super expressive with you right now, or they might not, that just might be their personality. Like King of Pentacles and King of Cups together, like that's someone who like holds on to their feelings and ideas, but like they'll share every once in a while, but this person was probably not raised to be like overly expressive. But they see you as like, I mean, Queen of Pentacles is like a Mother Earth energy. Like you're very nurturing and kind and beautiful, like both energetically and physically, because you aren't someone who is like unreliable. You are very stable. You mean what, like say what you mean and mean what you say, and they know that they can count on you whenever they, especially even if they're having financial problems, like they like trust you enough to like probably even tell you that they like are struggling and they need help. So let's see what the astrological energies have to say. I got number 2s. Okay, well, this wants to be over here. So 5th house, creativity. Yeah. For some of them, they could have literally gone out and like tried to start up like some creative business and it failed. And now they're like, well, shit. And they're like having to go back to the drawing board is what I'm seeing and hearing. They could also be like an actor, or they do some sort of line of work that isn't like a steady income, but it brings them a lot of joy and happiness. So, and this could be something that they wanted to do like since they were a kid. This could also be, I mean, 5th house rules like movies, so it could be like film production or something like that. But they're trying, like I just feel like they're really trying to figure out their career right now. And this is like supposed to be like, how are they feeling about you reading? But I guess like, I mean, if you feel like there's a disconnect, at least you know like it's not you. South Node and then 3rd house. I'm gonna pull one more because that's not a very clear message there, Spirit. Can I get one more card? Okay, that's... Okay, whatever. Okay, so part of fortune increase. So this person's situation is definitely going to change with that part of fortune. They're going to figure this out. Okay, yeah. As I said, I'm going back to the reputation thing. So we have the Sun Spirit in 1st house in Mars force. So these are 2 like Aries cards because Mars is like, Mars is an Aries energy, and so is the 1st house. The like Aries rules the 1st house. And then Spirit. So this is like a lot of fire. This person is like really, really, really trying to get themselves, I'm hearing prepared, but like they're trying to, they could honestly literally be trying to force a situation that like isn't ready to happen yet. Especially with like that South Node there, they could have like a natural inclination towards something and like really like believe that that's like what they're supposed to do, but it's just like not time, because the South Node is what in Capricorn right now, and that's like with Saturn and Pluto. So there's like a heavier energy that's being placed on like their career, and they just like really want this to happen. Like they really want things to move forward. They want to push things forward. They want, like, we have 2 5s here, but these are like the creative 5s. So they're trying to like propel their career forward. And this could also be modeling or something having to do like with their body. So it could be like fitness, or, I mean, the sun card has to do with Leo. So also there's so much Leo energy here. Or being like a blogger or something. So we have 3rd house messages, which is the Gemini energy. So, and Gemini also, like, I'm definitely getting for some people it will be like, what do you call it? Like fitness and something having to do with maybe like not nutrition, but like physique, or yeah, acting maybe, as I said. Something that like they have to focus really hard on their body to build. This could also be like, wow, like I just said bodybuilding. That's basically, I just said that backwards. Or something that involves like a lot of sunlight. Like I'm also hearing construction for some reason. I mean, because I guess in a way construction, you are building something, and it's like it takes a lot of Martian energy to be a good construction worker. You also have to have a lot of energy. But yeah, so we have a 6 and a 9. So yeah, it's definitely career related, like why there's like distance from this person, or why they've been potentially acting secretive, or just like not as well. I mean, if they have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, they probably aren't that like emotive anyway, like communication wise, at least. Like they're probably very affectionate physically, but when it comes to words, this is just like could be a differing love language type of relationship. So let's see, pile number 2 messages, pile number 2. Yay. Okay, so the camel boy, small steps, asking for help. So yeah, I feel like this person is really down and out financially right now, and they need to ask for help, but they might, I feel like their pride could get in the way with all this Leo energy. They're like afraid to ask maybe even their parents or their father specifically for help. And then we have the High Lady of love and compassion, so reverence, kindness, and consideration. But they trust you. They may even come forth and ask you for help financially, as I said before. Because this is like a really, especially if this is like a Capricorn, like, oh boy, like I once had a Capricorn friend that like I knew they were struggling, so I was like, let me like help you out, and they were like, no, like I'll figure it out, it's fine. But like I just ended up like leaving money there, and I was like, hey, like look under your pillow, because if you're not gonna take it, I'm a Cancer though, so like you're gonna take it. Like I'm gonna make you take it. But this person, so if they come forth to you and like ask you for help, like financially especially, just know like how much this type of person has to respect you, and like, and how much like their like of their ego that they have to put aside in order to ask for this help. Like that, it says a lot about you. Like they hold you in a very high regard, and like love, and like confidence also. Confidence. Yeah, this is like, because this would be like out of character for this person to ask for help, but they really need it right now. Let's pull, oh, all right. Renewal and productivity. So yeah, they are trying to, as I said, you know, take a rest right now and figure out what steps that they can take to like manifest a new beginning. And that's why they have the 4 of Swords and the 2 of Wands. They're trying to find like work out a renewal, especially with the South Node there. They could have just been really drained recently. As I said, like they could have had a career path like not work out, or they could have lost their job, or there's something like they're clearly in a financial drain, and they are trying to find a way to be like more productive, and especially with their like their thought space, because I think, or like ideas, because I think that they realize the effect of, you know, like the law of attraction and stuff like that, and how like their thoughts, or they may have just learned about this actually, how their thoughts affect their ability to manifest things in the physical realm. Because I mean, they wouldn't have attracted the situation had their thoughts been in the right place, you know. And so they're really trying to like nurture themselves right now, and like probably recover, and like they're trying to be gentle with themselves, even though like this is not the type of person who like soft energy to them is like kind of foreign. Like this person may even have issues like with their mother. They weren't nurtured very well as a child, because I'm getting like kind of a domineering feeling from their mom, or like a like do as I say, basically. I mean, that is domineering. And they could just have felt like their whole childhood was kind of like directed, or like they were led to situations, and now that they're older, that influence, like it's like becoming reliant. It's almost like Stockholm syndrome, like becoming reliant on other people for like, and like needing their approval for like security. And it's like they're trying to renew their sense of self and like trusting their own ideas and intuitions. As I said, they could have taken advice from someone that caused like a Three of Swords moment, and they could have done this repetitively throughout their life. And now they're finally realizing like, every time I follow this person's advice, my life goes to shit. So yeah, let's look at the messages from the Unicorn deck. My pile number 2s. So just know that this person's in a very vulnerable position right now, and they are allowing themselves to be vulnerable around you, and just know like how much that truly takes out of them. So at the bottom of the deck we have past lives. So release your past life karma. You're an old soul with deep wisdom. Healing your past lives will raise your vibration. So this definitely could be a past life problem that they've had, like a poverty consciousness, like, but this also could be that they struggled a lot when they were growing up, and so now that like when they get abundance, or they like when they get abundance, they can, you know, not know what to do with it, or not trust that it's going to stick around for a long time. So that type of mentality just like stops the flow of abundance. They see you as a goddess though, like god or goddess, and you see someone who can really help them like transform out of the situation, whether that's like mentally, but also like financially and fiscally. But it says, honor your divine feminine energy, see your inner beauty, love every part of you. And this is something this person struggles with. This person struggles with really understanding feminine energy. As I said, I think that their mother was probably kind of like not so good. Like I just feel like she was like a puppeteer anyway. But they're trying to like nurture their own like divine like feminine aspects, and I think that they're like looking up to you as someone to like emanate that from, like regardless of your male or female, like you seem to have mastered, like the Queen of Pentacles is a very like divine feminine energy, and you have just really set a positive example for them that they've never had, and so now they're like kind of studying you in a way. And then we have abundance. So enjoy the beauty of life. Your supply is unlimited. Blessings are coming to you. So this person definitely is going to be coming out of this Three of Swords moment, probably like finding their niche when it comes to their career. That's why we have the Keep the Dreams Alive card here, because they are going to figure it out. And they are going to expand. It just has taken them some time to really figure out what it is they need to do to make that happen, like to make their dreams come to life. But just know that your influence on their life has like not gone unnoticed. Like you have brought this person a lot of hope and insight that like they really respect. Like there's nothing but like positive things to say about you in this deck, or in this pile. Like High Lady of Compassion, the Queen of Pentacles, Goddess, like Ten of Pentacles. Like the only negative figure is this, like potentially their parents. Like I think that the King of Pentacles and the Queen of, and the woman in this productivity card, like just really controlling energies. But yeah, there's a lot of positivity here, and they can really see you, or they do see you as someone who's such a positive light in their life and who brings them a lot of clarity. And yeah, you're not a drain to them, which I think they've been so used to being around people who are so draining and emotional also. Like, this could be someone who has like a parent with like narcissistic personality, or like borderline personality or something, where they just like always felt like love was conditional. And so that like that caused a lot of problems for them in their adulthood, trying to figure out basically how to live alone. So I'm just gonna clear these out of the way before I pull your healing message. I'll go through these in a second. Where did I put this deck? Hello? I am confusion. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. Just kidding. Okay, so healing messages for pile number 2 from the fairies. I love fairy energy. So light. I have some messages for my pile number 2s. Moving forward fearlessly. Yeah. And then creative expression. Wow, this like totally relates to that entire reading. I love synchronicity. So yeah, positive vibes are ahead for you and this person. As I said, this person is like, especially if they've been concerned about their finances or things going on in their life other than like your situation that's just been really distracting. They are gonna like find the energy to move forward fearlessly, and you guys are gonna have a lot more like good times with this like laughter card. Like they're gonna loosen up again. I'm like really getting that. They're gonna and be more emotive too. Yeah, and this is like all because they finally learned how to like transform their own energy, shift their own energy, and like they're going to be more like right brain instead of left brain, like more creative and like expressive with their feelings. And this is gonna be nice. It's gonna be so nice to be on the receiving end of this, because their energy has been heavy for like quite some time, and it's probably been like that on and off like throughout their whole entire life, especially if with like their upbringing. But you know, there's new growth here, there's more communication here, spiritual growth as well as financial growth. As I said, there was abundance, and then there's also, in this card, there's like a forest behind her, so there's just so much expansion and so many like this is like basically when someone's learned a lesson and the universe like lifts a block, but it's like they have learned how to lift the block themselves. They've through like mastering the law of attraction, or really starting to like understand. Like obviously there's gonna be like peaks and valleys, but you know, that's life. All right, group number 2, thank you so much for stopping by, and I hope that this message was helpful, healing for you. And if you enjoyed it, please let me know, give me a thumbs up. I still do like general readings for right now. I am expecting, like my due date is November 4th, so I will be taking a little bit of a break, probably not too long because I'm a busybody, but yeah, all the information is down in the description box down below, and I just need to organize these so that everybody gets a fair reading. And then we will jump into pile number 3. But thank you so much, pile number 2s. And then, okay. Oh, also, I don't think I mentioned it in pile number 2, but that was a past life connection. Between the two of you, as well as whatever they're dealing with is past life issues. Okay, so pile number 3, The Hermetic Tarot. I love this deck. I like just got it recently, but oof, so cool. So if you chose the green gold stone, this is actually a stone of abundance, so I'm kind of curious to see, like, oh wait, I thought I pulled the green gold stone, but I didn't. Interesting. So this is actually like a like an onyx or like a black obsidian. This is what I was thinking I put on there, but I don't know. We'll see how that energy plays in. All right, so I started with these for all the other groups, so I'm gonna start these for you guys. I'm gonna save my cards really quick. How's everybody doing? Cleanse and clear these decks with love and light to bring in the most accurate messages from my guides and the divine, as well as the guides of my viewers. Okay. What does the person that people from pile number 3 are thinking about want them to know? How are they feeling about them? What are they up to? Breakthrough. Yes. That's what we like to see. Hope and happiness. Aww. So these are positive vibes already. This person feels like okay, that's a lot. Feels like they've gone through a transformation to where that they have finally accepted abundance in their life, and maybe even for you guys as a couple, you guys are finally breaking through some old stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of positive vibes here. Then we have love matters and make a decision. Okay, so there is something, some decision that needs to be made. But regardless, this is good. Like, finally moving past a lot of heavy energy and feeling just a lot lighter. So let's put these over to the side. Oh, this person loves you, by the way, if you didn't know that, because love matters is here, which is like, obviously, like, they love you, so. Okay. Let us get started. So okay. Queen of Swords. So you may be or they might be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Then we have Five of Swords. Okay, so let's clarify this Five of Swords. The Ace of Swords. Okay, so finding clarity and maybe an argument. That could be what this breakthrough is. They see you as someone who's very intelligent, but also someone who, like, you don't fuck with. Like don't cross this person. Knight of Wands and the Empress. Okay. So they definitely see you as someone who's really beautiful, someone who's bountiful, someone who could be the mother of their children. Very strong divine feminine energy. Someone who also is just like a no nonsense, like takes no BS type of person. Because you're very perceptive. They know that they like can't win, like, or like not that they can't win, although like they probably honestly do feel like that sometimes. But they can't like pull the wool over your eyes or like you know, pull a fast one on you. And they see you as someone who's like gone through a lot of struggles in their life. There's a Phoenix down here at the bottom. You could have Scorpio as well as Libra, and then all the other air signs, maybe like a fire rising or something, Sagittarius. But yeah, there's Scorpio here too, Scorpio and Sag. So yeah, as I was saying, Scorpio, the Phoenix, they see you as someone who has been able to kind of like burn to the ashes and then rise again multiple times, and that's why they respect you so much and like put you on this pedestal of being the Empress, because like they know that you don't need them, is kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. Because like you're good on your own, like I want it, I got it type of thing, type of feeling. You're very like fiery, like, and you speak your mind, like you do not like give a shit what like anyone has to say. It's very like refreshing for them also. Like you don't let this, like you check this person. And they really like that about you. Okay, King of Wands. So you might be dealing with a fire sign. So that could be Sagittarius. As I said, that was up here as well. Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. Man, 3 of Swords. What is with the people this morning? And then 8 of Swords. Let's get a clarifier on that 3 of Swords. Well, that was fast. 5 of Cups. So this breakthrough has to do with forgiveness and transcending past hurts and deceptions. This may have involved a secret of some sort, because I'm just really being like attracted to that like Scorpio energy. And I mean, the Knight of Wands here is kind of a flighty energy, so like this person could have literally left you like high and dry, or like, you know, kind of just like come in and then made some promises and then like left. And they definitely are like in their head about it. And they're like upset with how things ended. They, like, you know, the 5 of Cups typically like crying over spilled milk. They definitely can't seem to get this out of their head, get you out of their head as well as their heart, because they know that you're the Empress, and it's kind of like they're kicking themselves right now, because I'm getting the sense you probably like honestly really dug into this person. Like if you look at this this woman, she has a dude's head like cut off, and like I'm just getting like a badass female, like, you know, and they know that you're bad, like you're a baddie, and that, God, the nerve of this person to do whatever they did to you. Like they know that, like, and it honestly could have just been something that they said, and like nothing like physical that happened, but that could have caused you to like assert the fact that you're the Empress, and you were just like, okay, no, like I don't deserve that, like basically like up yours, and then you like cut them off sort of thing, and that caused them a 3 of Swords, 5 of Cups moment, because now they realize how they can't treat you, and now like they're stuck in their head about it. They're like, especially with this Gemini energy, like this is like really overwhelming thoughts about probably literally replaying that 5 of Swords like argument all over in their head again. Knight of Swords, yeah, so they really want to come in and communicate with you, probably with an apology. With the Lovers, yeah, so, and that can be a decision. That can be what the making a decision is about, is like, for some of you, you might not want this person anymore. You may feel like you deserve better with the Empress, and like the Lovers can sometimes denote a decision that has to be made, and feeling like you need to unchain yourself from a situation. I love the imagery on this Lovers card because it's very unique because of that, and it's kind of like you might realize that your hope and happiness doesn't lie with this person anymore, even though like you like aspects about their personality. Like I think that they're very bold and like powerful and courageous and romantic at times, you know, when things are good, and they can, but I'm getting the sense that this person could have also like control issues. They could be very like acting like insecure at times, and so this definitely is, you know, the Empress doesn't need someone controlling their life. Like they're in charge of their own life, and I'd be hard pressed to see anyone try to control the Empress. So And they're being drawn to a Cancer symbol, but could also be Leo. Man, but like whatever this argument was, like you definitely like cut deep into this person's pride. Like they still feel it, you know? God, it's like one of those things that they like wake up and then they like one of the first things they remember is like what you said, and then they're like so sad. It hurts. But I'm seeing like you were in the right. Like this was something that needed to be expressed. Like you totally like it, you know, is what it is. But there is still the Two of Cups here. Oh. So there definitely still is a strong soul connection between the two of you. I mean, in this deck, it's called the Lord of Love, you know, and it's, the Two Cups are just like overflowing, and it's like there is so much love still here, but there may be like a feeling that you want to like close this chapter. So this looks like a South Node Taurus thing, so kind of like something that you used to value, but it doesn't necessarily have as much value to you anymore. So like take it as it resonates. For some of you guys, you will forgive this person for whatever they said or did, and you guys will be able to work past it. But for some of you guys, like you will realize that your hope and happiness like no longer lies in this connection, and just because like this person is a soulmate doesn't mean that they like deserve you anymore. Kind of, it's like standing in your own power and realizing that you deserve better, and that there's a whole world out there for you to like manifest from. So why would you like accept this sort of behavior from someone? But we do have the Queen of Cups, so there still is compassion there. I mean, it's really hard to let go of strong soul mates, you know. There's still love, and like I think to some degree you do want to have things back, but at the same time I think that it's really hard to kind of view this person the same, because I think that they like showed their true colors by whatever they said or did, and it would take like a lot of time to like rebuild that trust, as well as like I don't even like, it's just kind of like you're at an impasse. That's like how it feels. It's like on one hand you really do care and love this person, and you see like their value and stuff like that, but whatever they said to devalue you like just was so out of line, and there's kind of like nothing they can say that could right the situation. So like it's kind of up to you, and I think that that's what the decision is about. Let's get one more tarot card about how they're feeling. Oh, or two more, that's fine. Six of Swords. So yeah, they're definitely trying to move past the situation. I think you are too. Obviously this is not like, or was not a very pleasant conversation or time. Oh wow, so we have the Star, the Hierophant, and the Four of Swords. So this person definitely wants your forgiveness. Like they wish for your forgiveness, even if they aren't allowed to be in your life anymore. I think that they understand. But I honestly get the feeling like they're waiting for you to like reach out to them, or they're waiting for the right time to reach out to you to get this forgiveness. But they feel like, because they feel so bound to the guilt. Like I feel guilty. There's a letter Y here that might mean something to you guys. Elephants as well. But they see you like ivory, you know, they see you as someone who is so like worthy and like deserving of the world, you know, the universe is here. Like they see you as someone who is so, at this point, out of their league, because whatever they did was just so just like unnecessary and like immature, and like unevolved, I'm getting. And it's like they're gonna need a long time to heal from the situation. The Four of Swords and the Star, like, that is like, I mean, the Star is already healing, but the Four of Swords is like, you know, a break and like a pause in action. So like, and the Hierophant's already a slow moving energy because that's, what do you call it? Earth, like pentacle energy. So like, oh man, this is literally like the type of person who could pine over you for the rest of forever if things don't come to a breakthrough, but they are desperately wishing that things will come to a breakthrough and that you guys can make something traditional out of this. They could be consulting even like spiritual advisors or the church, if that's something that they're into, or whatever religion. Maybe even astrology. They could be consulting astrology to see like, will a transit bring in this person, or like, were we really like meant to be together? Like, this is the type of situation where kind of like a shitty situation turns into a positive because it puts this person back on their spiritual journey. But at the same time, it doesn't negate the fact that like they were potentially really shitty to you. But they definitely see your worth now. If you question it at all, they see your worth now. And they want to move forward into like calmer waters, and whether you allow them to be in your life, like, I mean, they understand where you're coming from too. They understand that they screwed up essentially, and that it's valid for you to not want them in your life anymore because you're the Empress and you can get whoever you want, literally. Like Queen of Swords, the Empress, and the Queen of Cups, like, babe, like, oh, this one wouldn't come out. The body came back out again. They're very physically attracted to you too. Seventh house partners, yeah, that's interesting. These are opposing energies, so this is Aries and this is Libra. So yeah, they could have just like said something about like your body maybe, or like they said something about like someone else's body, like, and it just like it was just like out of line, you know, like kind of like, why would you even like say that when like I'm like right here, sort of thing. It's just like an energy that I'm getting. South Node, so definitely you guys have like known each other before, like past life soulmates. South Node brings in like past life things, but also like gifts. There are positive aspects to it, but yeah, they're like, I see now that was wrong. The Sagittarius card. This could be a Sag. Sages say, especially Mercury Sag and Venus Sag people, they just like oftentimes don't think or before they like act or speak, so they have a tendency to get themselves stuck in situations like this because it's not, they like don't attach emotion with like what they're doing or saying, especially if they have like heavy air and heavy fire, and so then they get themselves in trouble, and then before they know it, they're single again. I mean, obviously that's not true for every Sagittarius, but like, you definitely taught this person a lesson. I'm really getting that. And they like, but they still have a strong like loyalty towards this connection, and like with the seventh house partners, they still see you as someone who would be a good partner for them. And the part of fortune has to do with spouses, so like if this person is your spouse, know that they are sorry and that they want to like make things better between the two of you, and they're trying to like heal the situation in any way they can. So they could literally be like bringing you gifts or flowers, or, you know, kind of trying to like win you over. But we have Scorpio, I transform, second house owning, and then Saturn. This person might have a lot of debt also, whether this is karmic debt or financial debt, but Scorpio rules debt, and then second house is owning, like, but that's like values, worth, and that can be self-worth or actual like finances and money. Especially with like the part of fortune here, like I'm just getting a very like monetary vibe. And with Saturn, this is like kind of a penny pinching energy now. I'm not saying they think you're a penny pincher or anything of that sort. We also have the third house here of messages, but they could be going through like a financially like rough situation, because they are in debt, like literally they're in debt. I kind of wonder if they were hiding this from you. If you guys are like they didn't tell you the truth about this, that could be like what, you know, you get into a relationship with someone and then they're like, I'm like the emperor, the empress, and then you like slowly get to know them, and then like before you know it, they're like $30,000 in debt. And there's nothing wrong with debt, but it's like you could at least be upfront about it, you know. So it's like I'm getting the sense that someone like was hiding the truth about a situation, and it like kind of just, I mean, when you break someone's trust like that, it's really hard to, you know, kind of see them in like in another light, because like you're always gonna kind of wonder. I mean, it's always best to like forgive this person, but it's kind of like I'm getting like a forgive but don't forget sort of energy. And that third house is like, you literally could have found this out through like an email or a text message or something like that. Like a message that was like meant for them, or like a piece of mail or something. And then you were just like, what is this? Like literally like blown away by, whatever you found out. And it was something that you saw with like your physical eyes that was just like, it transformed the whole situation from what you thought it was to being what it is now. And it has to do with like a fundamental truth, but like something like that someone was hiding. Okay, so moving on to these messages for group number 3. My cats have the zooms now. Oh no. Ooh. This card came out for pile number 2 as well. So, oh, man. And this like reminds me so much of the Empress energy, but it's like the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Like they see, and you have the Queen of Cups, so like this makes sense. They just want your love back, like the way that you used to treat them. But as I said, I do think that this person has like control issues. We have the Horse King, which is assistance and control. And I feel like they were trying to control your perception of them. I feel like they were trying to control the way you viewed them by possibly lying about their money situation, because they wanted, like, they see you as like the Empress and they wanted to be the Emperor. So then but they were really just the King of Wands, and they hadn't really evolved to that Emperor status yet. So they like lied about it. But you know, the deeper that you get into like a Two of Cups situation, the more like, you know, the truth will always come to light. And so like their control went in vain basically, because now like you know the truth and now you don't trust them. Man, they feel bad. And they used to feel so much like they want to hold on to hope and happiness on the situation, but they also like they can level with you and understand like why you feel the way that you feel. But they just like want to move forward, but it's not their decision, you know, like, so communication, praise, dishonesty. Yeah, I really feel like this person lied about something and also has like a controlling streak. So I really feel like they were talking themselves up. Like, I really feel like this is the type of situation where someone was not honest about like their finances or who they were. Like, I mean, could be who they are like fundamentally as a person, but or like the job that they have maybe. But yeah, there was just like, and this could be like a lie of omission also, you know, because that's in a way like trying to seek control of a situation, by not letting you in on something instead of like directly lying. Like this, I still believe that lies of omissions are lies personally. And like you're a very sensitive person, so with the Queen of Cups here and the High Lady of Compassion, it's like like this would be a totally different story if the person just would have told the truth from the beginning and like communicated effectively and honestly, and instead of you finding out the way that you found out, because it's just so much more hurtful to like find out a lie or like dishonesty through like someone else, or like a message, you know, like a text message or an email, something like that. So let's pull one of these cards. Oh, okay. Stretch popped out. I'm gonna pull another one. But yeah, it's like, oh, I'm hearing like that's a stretch. Like, you know, when someone like says something, it's like they were stretching the truth. So they could have been like, I have a lot of money, but like that's like a like subjective term, I guess. So like what a lot of money to you could be is like so different than what this person thinks. And so like they were like stretching the truth a little bit, or you know, like counting their eggs before they hatch sort of thing. So like they could have been like, yeah, I have like this really nice place, like I can't wait for you to come over. And then like you realize that they never invite you over, and then slowly but surely you realize that they actually like only had applied for a place, and then they got denied for a place, and then now they still live with their parents sort of thing. Like that's like an energy that I'm picking up. Like they stretch the truth. Yeah, and they did this because they wanted to preserve the connection between you two. And there's surface at the bottom. So whatever, like, they didn't think things were gonna get, I mean, they wanted things to get as deep as they are, or got, you know, but at the same time, they probably didn't expect it, because I think that they have a pattern of, like, calling in people who like aren't there for the long haul, so it doesn't really matter what they say. And like once they finally found something that was good enough to nurture, and like they basically fell in love with you, and then you found out the truth, and now like they're paying for it basically. And it's all because like they were trying to preserve like your idea of them, and like control your perspective of them. And this has a lot to do with like their childhood, and how like they probably were made to feel like really like less than. And so this is definitely like a self-worth thing. And so now they kind of have a tendency to like lie about things to other people so that they can shift their perspective, and form it to be like what they want it to be, rather than the truth, or you know, what the truth might make you think about them. Even though now they realize that that is definitely not the way to go about things. Like literally her face is just so like shit. Like oh man, you taught this person a freaking lesson, I'll tell you that much. And good for you. Good for you for like standing in your power and like asserting yourself in the situation, because it's not okay to live your life in dishonesty and constantly like be pulling the wool over people's eyes for no reason other than to try to control their perception of you. Because in the end, like as I said, the truth always comes to light. I'm just gonna clean this up a little bit before I get into more messages. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing the decision's up to you if you want to have this person in your life. Like they want to be in your life, but like if you can't trust them, then kind of like what's the point? But at the same time, like don't hold on to it. Like you do need to like forgive this person for what they did, because believe me, they're feeling it now. Okay, so messages from group number 3s. Healer. So you have powerful healing gifts. Have faith in your ability to stay true to your path as a healer. I was like as a dealer. I'm like, that is not what we're talking about here. So in a roundabout way, you definitely have healed this person from, you know, kind of, because I think that you expressed to them, like, you know, had you told me the truth from the jump, then we wouldn't be in the situation. And they're realizing now that they shouldn't have to lie to people in order to, like, control their perception of them. And so you really healed this person of that, like, toxic pattern that they had. And they are thankful for that. As I said, like, hope and happiness is over here in breakthrough, so they're hoping to have a breakthrough with you. Goddess came out in the last deck as well. Oh man, they're mad at themselves because they see you, and the Empress was also in the General Tarot that came out. So they definitely, like, see you as, like, the ultimate prize, and they probably, like, they always will, like, pining after you. With this anger card, like, I just feel like they're really mad at themselves for kind of, like, you know, doing what they did, wasting the connection in a way, because they realize that, like, they really can't be mad at you for standing in your power and, like, being the Empress and, like, the goddess that you are. Like, you didn't deserve to be lied to, you didn't deserve to be treated the way that you were treated, and they just, like, and they also, with the control issues, like, they may have also, this could have also been a situation where this person, like, popped off on you and you were like, I'm not going to deal with that kind of behavior. Like, this person could have anger issues. So it says, safely express your anger, use anger as a positive force, honor all your emotions as sacred. So, and then there's always, like, that concept in, like, psychology is, like, when people don't know how to deal with their emotions, or they have a lot of emotions, it usually manifests itself as anger because they don't know how to communicate it. So it turns into frustration, and then once frustration builds up long enough, it comes out in, like, fits of rage or anger. And this person just maybe just never knew how to, like, deal with their emotions, and you're finally making them realize that, like, they need to go seek healing also. Like, I do think that you healed them, but you also made them aware that it doesn't just start with you, you know, like, and it can't start and end with you. Like, this is something that they're going to need to address because it's from, like, a core wound of them, like, you know, something that, because this is clearly a pattern of theirs. And now they are, like, receptive to the healing because of you. But now they kind of feel, like, at a loss because they lost you, basically. We have flow here, so find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. So they're really trying to get out of their head about the situation. I mean, you can only beat yourself up about something for so long. Just know that they do love you and they care about you, and they're so freaking sorry for how things went down. And if they could redo it over, like, they're literally going through the grieving process. Like, I'm feeling like they probably went through a period of, like, blaming their parents for, like, not allowing them to express themselves, and like, bargaining, like, what can they do to, like, get you back. And they just, like, wanted to find any way to find a breakthrough, but they're realizing that they can't control the situation like they wish, like, they wanted to, you know. And they've clearly got control issues anyway. But you showed them the truth of that. Like, you can't control other people, and you can't control other people's, like, perceptions of you. And even if you could, like, if you're being dishonest, then, like, it's gonna come to light. It's not something that, like, you know, that's karma, basically. I feel like you were a dealer of karma for this person, 100%. And now they have to release you, because I think that you are releasing them. And because I do feel like for a lot of you, actually, like, this, it served its purpose in your life, and you healed this person, but you realize that, like, they aren't the one for you. Yeah. So I'm gonna pull some healing messages from the fairies. So this is a very, like, fantasy-ish themed reading. I don't usually, like, pull out my fantasy-like cards, because I'm a Virgo moon. I don't know, it's just, I want the real stuff, but I was feeling whimsical this morning. So let's get these healing messages for my pile number 3s. What messages would help them heal at this time? breaking free. Yeah, I really feel like you're done with this connection. And let this serve as a message for you guys to know that it's okay for you to let go. And we have environmental awareness. So, I mean, some of you guys might be earth signs, Virgo specifically also, since I was talking about Virgo. And Virgos are the healers. Can I grab one more? Thank you. Positive expectations. Okay. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have magic of nature again. So, I mean, you could work with nature or just be very into more natural things. Maybe you like plants and things of that sort. But another thing that's coming through, like environmental awareness, is the idea of like the cycle of life and how, you know, things like you plant seeds and then they grow and then they mature and then they die, you know. And I feel like this doesn't have to be like a painful experience. This can be a beautiful experience, you know. And I feel like that's kind of what you are gaining from the situation, as well as like this person will eventually see that, because you're breaking free from you know, the pain and the heartache that was associated with this connection, and you're really learning to like just stay in the vibration of positive expectations and knowing that the universe has your back. And you know, if this person, this is also them too, like if you two are meant to be together, or if you know, if that's like the will of the universe, then like what's meant for you will never like miss you or pass you by. Plus we have like an eagle here, and the eagle spirit is really about independence and like kind of, you know, being your own leader and taking charge of your life. And like this woman is like very resourceful. She's someone who can, you know, do anything and be anything that she wants. She can, like, ultimate empress vibes here, guys, like goddess, empress. And I just want to congratulate you, honestly, on being able to break free from any negativity or anger or feelings of, you know, pain and toxicity that could have been related to this, because you're finally healing yourself. You're doing the inner work that a lot of people ignore, and this is only going to bring in more and more abundance and prosperity into your life as you like transform into this person who, you know, only has positive expectations because you truly trust in like the divine flow of things. So yeah, like really good job, guys. Like this is like what I love to see, you know. Like I love doing like love readings and stuff like that, but sometimes you can just like feel when the energy like isn't evolved, and this is like totally not it. You guys are really ascending and transcending all of the pain, and this is like what needs to happen in order to raise the vibration of the universe. And you guys are actually you guys have done the work, and it's going to show with like these positive expectations, because you know, we attract what we are. So if you're positive, then you'll attract positive situations to you, and that's beautiful. And yeah, there's just so many references, like positive, like this says positive emotions too, and like love matters. But yeah, beautiful, guys. Okay, so that's basically all that I have for you guys today. I do want to remind you guys that I'm doing a giveaway for this tarot deck, this Black Moon Astrology Deck, and this is like literally brand new, like never, my energy has never been on it. But you can enter this giveaway. I'm gonna post about it, a reminder on like YouTube today, but you can just follow me at Pretty Young Tarot. All you have to do is follow me and then write a comment on the picture that has, it's like the Aries full moon messages, and then you just comment with something that you're thankful for. And at the end of the week on Friday, I'm going to be picking a winner for that. So hop on over to Instagram if you're interested in winning these cards. I'm really excited to help one of you guys learn a little bit more about you know, astrology as well as tarot, because this is like such an amazing deck, and I used it in the readings today. So it's this deck here, because I have my own, obviously, and these are my very well loved cards. So yeah, and I just want to give you guys the opportunity to learn and grow, and you know, what's better than free? But thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are such like a light in my life, and I love bringing these messages to you. And I hope that you guys have an amazing rest of your day or evening, whatever time of day you are in. Also, if you can spread the word, I feel like not a lot of people saw, and like, I mean, I know not a lot of people saw that video. So I just want to make sure that everybody who like is interested in winning this deck gets an opportunity, so you can tag your like tarot friends too, or whatever. But yeah, thank you guys so much love and positivity and light being sent out to you guys, and I will see you guys in my next pick a card reading. Bye.